To be honest, I just haven't like. I need to touch Genshin. I logged on once
Should I refuse
during
it
the
or what?
Right event, and then never did anything else again.
No, fucking accept it.
I don't really want to do that.
No.
Refusing the call, are we? I see.
I mean, that's what it was the
About
option.
now.
Does Long John Silver's have anything
Then
good?
let your journey commence.
Long John Silver's.
Isn't that a food place?
Yeah, it's a food place.
I have never heard anyone say anything good about Long John Silver's.
Yeah, just if anything good in Long John Silver's is never a sentence that is ever created. It is like
The Vault Hunter thought about
we. I mean, granted, it's like a. Okay.
The one time I had it, I liked it. I don't remember what I had.
The Vault Hunter knew the mountain wouldn't give up its cowboy
It's likely it must have been
wisdom
something
without
that did
an
not
offering.
actually have fish in
The
it.
Vault Hunter did what they always did.
But then again, that might be everything there.
They only serve fish, I'm pretty sure.
The hearts of
So at this
badasses.
point, like, I'm convinced saying this hates any animal.
Yeah, I'm convinced too.
What?
From what he said when we had to figure out what the Vault Hunters hated the most. And when he said whales, can't trust anything with a blowhole.
Oh, yeah, he,
Badass, the Vault Hunter thought.
badass, the boat hunter.
Okay, he hates whales, anything with a blowhole. He's scared of chickens, or like scared of birds.
If you hate
the,
Doesn't trust them.
badass,
Chicken nuggets.
You become
Yeah.
more badass, the Vault Hunter wondered.
Oh, there's a coin next, but it's
Have
not
you
as
guys
good.
ever tried Red Long John?
We don't have Long John Silver's over here.
We have Red Lobster and legal seafood, so I've never ever had to really be concerned with oh hello
Yeah,
with
but
Long
my family
Johns.
is like, hey, we're gonna go get Long Johns. Is there something you want? And I'm like, well, I guess it's gonna be my food for like lunch, I guess.
I mean, the one thing that I always
Sick
would
bag.
say is that always get like crab cakes, but I would say that I don't know like if Long John Silver is better down. Oh, later, take care. Is better where you are compared to like up north, but at this point it's like it's your gamble, dude. Wait,
A
is
statue of breathtaking beauty stood beside the path, a countenance so majestic it could only be divine.
that a
And
pickle?
her voice was like strings plucked on a harp.
That's pickle.
You have traveled,
Oh, hello.
but this is not the end. I have a gift to aid you on your journey.
What manner of beast are you? Actually, I don't have time. I'll take the gift, though.
For you, on this, a journey worthy of a hero. Use it wisely. Or unwisely. Your call, really.
I appreciate the option
Go
there.
now. Your destiny awaits.
You get fucking sucks.
Man, you really fucking cheaped out. Jesus. Yeah.
Almost to the top of the mountain now. This cowboy wisdom better be worth it.
Temptation drew the Vault Hunter's eyes straight. A chest waited over yonder, begging to be plundered.
That. I need to cheat it.
The weather started to turn, for the worse.
Pretty worse. Wait, you said that there was a chest over there? Is it even good?
I need to get to it.
Oh.
There we go. What? That was some lag bullshit there. What the fuck?
Oh, I can't get back there anyway. Duh, that's funny.
There we go.
At long last, I feel her near.
I got updated.
Same.
Hey, wins.
Oh
Oh my god.
Die. Alright.
I mean, that's the fastest way to get here.
I'm reborn in the hunt.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that fucking shit. Okay. Alright, alright.
An alchemist.
I give you props for that one, game.
The peak
Okay,
of Mount
whatever.
Maraboshi. It was here that the Vault Hunter would
I mean,
find
you just climb over it.
cowboy.
No, I know.
The Vault
But-
Hunter laid out the
but there's
hearts of the
nothing
slain
good there,
badasses in
so.
offering.
Alright. I've got a...
Let's have Zane talk. Yeah.
You got what?
No. I was gonna, like, introduce the topic, but I guess I'll do this.
Keeper of true cowboy wisdom emerged from his throne cave.
Oh, crap! A bird? I hate birds! Big ones, little ones, doesn't matter! But especially big ones!
The father of eagles was pleased.
Yeah, you.
But demanded the Vault
He
Hunter
legitimately
offer up
hates
their own
every bird,
Just like
every animal.
Kind of glad that I have a robot instead.
The Vault Hunter atoned for their sins.
Excuse me?
Okay. One time I was dating someone and there was a show we watched together, but I saw the finale without her. There, I said it.
The father of eagles gazed into the Vault Hunter's heart cave and saw true darkness. He attacked.
I knew this
I
was
still think Moses one is probably hands down the best.
Oh,
So
what
it's
is...
like admitting to spending hours just keep watching Echo Fogs Frogs or something like that.
Just like that, the father of eagles was dead. Its glorious boon fell to the ground.
Actually, no, what's that? No, that was Black Stuff. Yeah, no, it was like Moses one was that she would steal like letters and stuff like that back when she was in the military.
The quest complete, it was time to return to McSmugger, wisest cowboy to ever walk the land. They bravely considered refusing to return, but then did it anyway.
Whee!
Sliding towards wisdom. It was magical, but how to heal one's raw, slow-burned backside? Vault Hunter hoped McSmugger held the answer to that and other questions.
Chest up here. No. There's a chest up here.
What found you?
Oh.
I love watching this
Surer
because I
mistrust.
can see code but barely.
Son of a bitch, I can't get it.
So, you have found true cowboy wisdom. Then your journey is complete. And now you are McSmugger, the wisest cowboy ever to walk the land. Time for me to mosey on.
Huh?
If I had $1 for every human that sent me on an elaborate quest and then mysteriously disappeared, I would now have $1.
He's not wrong.
But look who the McSmugger is now.
Yeah, it's... Apparently I'm McSmugger.
Aw, come on, Cub, stick around!
No, I'm not going to.
If... my God.
You're not a cop, so get the fuck out of here.
You've heard the name, now meet the man. No, I'm not staying there. Fuck that shit. Can I destroy the sign now that I'm a McSmugger? I can't. Damn it.
Can I break this crystal? Or can you break
Not
this
yet.
crystal that you're mixing?
Not yet.
Vault Hunter heard a cry for help.
Oh, I did too.
Alright. Topic to introduce. If you could have one genre of video game cross over with another genre that you don't think has happened yet, but you think would be really interesting to see, what would that be?
Death smile.
Ow, I'm dead.
See, the issue is that okay.
Devil
Hey,
Riders
Samu!
don't take prisoners unless they got designs on them. Who knows what the poor bastard was in.
Back in, you little shit.
Like, so the main issue is that the genres, like the different genres that I like. Okay. But anyway, back to what I was saying. For the genres, it's one of the
Don't get too close.
Guess I can't fucking talk.
Talk over her. She's just talking about bounty, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, but like, I can't, like, I don't see one that hasn't been done. Like, that's the thing, like.
Okay, how about one that you don't think has been done very well?
Is it good to see you?
Oh.
Did Sheriff send you to rescue me?
Most of the games.
Bearer of bad news.
Yeah. Essentially.
See, a genre crossover that hasn't been done very well.
Oh, Juno?
Snakes are so damn happy.
Oh!
What is?
But wait, if Sheriff's dead, who sent you? Who do you leave in charge?
Could I? Well, hold on. If you guys have it, you go for it.
No, you can go ahead.
Juno.
Nah, cause I was gonna change it to something different. That was the thing. So you can. I'll bring up mine last, cause it's more of like a type of game that I kind of wish had more credit to its name.
It's something the company made, and I thought it might come in handy. You take it.
I don't know. I'm not creative. I just like shooting things.
Yeah. Like.
Well, I'd imagine that, like, for wins, you'd probably want more looter shooters, at least, because at this point, it's really just like Borderlands and then kind of Destiny, but Destiny's kind of iffy on it right now.
Yeah, I would like
Outriders.
This is what I would like. I would like a looter shooter that was based around PvP, and the PvP was done in a way that had a longer TTK with very few to no one-shots. That's what I would like.
Can you believe that?
That's what I would enjoy.
I can kind of see that being a thing, but that would have a... I don't know why, but I feel like that would have a very, very, like...
Well, like, look at fucking...
Kind of makes me think
Year
of like Battle Royales a little bit.
Well, like, think back to year 1 Destiny 2, right?
Yeah.
Everything was double primary, which meant the TTK wasn't that low. The amount of one-shots wasn't that high. You had
I need to die. My fucking thing is broken!
Oof. You had supers, which, yeah, sure. But
even then,
the supers weren't, like, insane.
They're not killing me. Raven, down me.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like if we could go back to that time,
Never mind, they downed me.
More.
Oh yeah.
No.
Or like better in that way, because I think longer TTK games show more skill than lower TTK games, personally.
No, I get that. I get that.
So, just if there was something like that, like I recently been playing the Division 2, that PvP is actually really fun.
I actually have seen you play, and I was very confused of like all the games that I would have expected you to play. That was not one of them.
I mean, it's a looter shooter.
I mean, yeah, but it's also also Division 2.
Wow.
That PvP is actually really fun.
Yeah.
You don't get to play it that much, but
the Dark Zones.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
No,
That's very interesting. That's very interesting to hear that, like, you think that it's great, because every time I go on the Division Reddit, it's just no one likes the PvP.
Well, it's like, so, I'm not talking about the Dark Zone, because I've not done the Dark Zone. I'm talking about the stuff that you queue for, the matchmaking.
Well, I'm also talking about that.
That's really fun to me, because, one, the longer TTK is more enjoyable to me, personally. And then the, overall maps so far, pretty fun. The game modes seem pretty okay. There are like one or two things that are kind of so far, but overall, I'm actually kind of surprised that people don't like that. It's really enjoyable.
I mean,
I don't know what's going on. It's just every time I go into the Reddit, it's just no one likes it.
I think they're just bad.
I think it's just the fact that it could be like the system that they have in place is not what people like wanted for it, Because,
well, I don't know what you'd expect from Division PvP though.
Yeah, that's like that's the only thing.
Also remember, it's better. People like to bitch.
That's true.
This is true.
But
Look at all the people harassing the Outriders dev. Yep.
Square Enix. I felt bad for them.
Square Enix aren't the devs. Square Enix are the server
No.
hosts, but they're not the devs.
But they have also gotten harassed too.
This is true.
So it's just like
I need a sales station, bad dude.
Same?
Oh, once we get into the actual there'll be some.
so back to what I was saying. Like one thing that I kind of wish they did before, like did better and more, is who here remembers the game Split Second?
I never played it, but I know Yak talked to me about it before.
Yeah, so essentially, if you don't know what Split Second is, it's a racing game, but it's
Actually, no,
it's like you battle by essentially destroying the arena. And so it's like you have these power plays that you can do, either minor or major, and they have different effects on the track. And it's one of those games where it's like it can be amazing if it had the right people behind it. It's just the only issue is it was with Disney Interactive, and well, it was unfortunately the biggest failure that that company had, because they went out of business a year later.
If we were talking about stuff that we just want to see done again, I want to see Crucible come back. That was a really fun game that not enough people played. I don't know if you guys ever played it.
You're talking about the Amazon game?
Yeah, the Amazon game. That was a really fun game that not enough people enjoyed.
I only played it
once.
once.
Didn't like majority of people hate that game?
I think majority of people didn't
I saw a
understand.
lot of negative game. Like
Well,
I saw a
the
lot of
thing is-
negative reviews.
Yeah, because they're stupid. Like, that game was not... Okay. That game wasn't a third-person shooter as much as it was a
Volcano
MOBA.
decided to crash upon
And people were going into it expecting low TTK, going into it expecting shooter focus, going into it expecting a lot different thing. That was a MOBA with how you interacted in the world was a third-person shooter. And it was fun as fuck. The characters, talent trees, the different characters in general, it was very diverse and very creative, and it was so much fun.
Find that stone. We're counting on you.
But
in the company
people
pays bathhouse
didn't like it.
hospitality. But there was nothing.
Which, don't get me wrong, I think there were definitely certain things that could have been changed and done better, but overall, I think the people who didn't like it for the wrong reason. Instead of not liking it because, oh, there's no text chat or voice chat, they're saying, oh, this game sucks in general, and it's like, no. This game is actually very fantastic.
Something I would have kind of wished had like kind of survived and like helped spawn its own thing. It's because like there's plenty of MOBAs out there, right? But like the one time that we saw an attempt at like an actual first-person MOBA-esque game ended up dying. That was the Gearbox game, whatever it's called, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Battleborn?
Battleborn, yeah.
Honestly, it was just the issue was that what they did was a great idea, and honestly, I was kind of hoping that it would, still go through. But at that time, it was competing with Overwatch, and Overwatch is popular.
Battleborn was fun for like the 2 hours it worked on my PC.
Yeah.
So the problem that I see with it is it was competing with Overwatch not because it was similar to Overwatch, but because of just how Randy Pitchford pitched it.
Yeah, no.
He didn't actually say what it was. He said it's like Overwatch, and it's nothing like Overwatch.
Then you also got the advertisement team that's fucking up completely and actually showing anything with the game. Like, they made funny little animations and stuff for the game, but they didn't show enough of what the game was going to be like.
I agree when I played it.
Yeah, like I enjoyed both. The story was something that they could also improve since in the end it's like, yeah, you can keep going through it, do different classes, that kind of stuff, but in the end there wasn't any real reason to repeat it besides unlocking one or two different skills. That was just easier to do than the actual PvP. Then you had the issue of them kind of nerfing characters around like Galilea. When like in the end it's like, okay, you got a good character, now they are actually trash.
Yeah.
At that point,
I think the idea, like and their idea of how they change things on the server instead of making it something that you had to download, which like made it like seamless patches. Really cool idea. Unfortunate in the long run because when it stopped, you can't play that game anymore.
I think that's like the one thing is that. And this is also something where it's like you have to just pray to God that the game isn't connected to online or reliant on online. Because as soon as the company is done with the game and stops supporting it, you cannot play that anymore. And that's
essentially what I'm saying is that I want a first-person MOBA that can compete with the other 3 MOBAs that exist.
By other 3 MOBAs, what do you mean? League, Dota,
and Smite. Those are the top 3 at this point. No other MOBA is able to like compete with them.
It used to be HOTS and StarCraft, but even then, StarCraft is not even considered MOBA.
StarCraft is an RTS.
Yeah.
And Heroes of the Storm is still very popular. It's just a case of you either like it or you hate it.
I kind of liked it, honestly.
Yeah, but you never hear it like when people talk about the top 3.
Well,
No.
also
when people say like the 3 MOBAs, they're talking about like they're talking about Dota, League, and Smite.
And also the sole fact of Heroes is only on Blizzard. Dota and like Smite, you can get those on obviously Steam, and then League is just well known for being like
Well, it's. I think the one thing is that it's just, and I wish I was joking, but it has to be captivating to the Korean audience because majority of League players, like, or at least majority of the players that got into it that I know of. And granted, this is within the professional scene, have always been in the Korean circuit, and that's also kind of this. That's kind of been what it's been for Dota as well. Although EU is starting to, actually make a move in there, and I'm actually kind of happy about that. But it's just the fact of like if you can get a certain market like interested,
They may have been filthy outlaws.
that could be the start of the catalyst that really brings it forward.
Hunter him where it hurts.
Which is kind of an unfortunate thing, but also that's just kind of the reality of it as well.
I'm just hoping that. Yeah. I don't know. I just really want a first-person shooter. I just really want a first-person shooter MOBA, and like Battleborn could have been that, but then it just kept fucking up.
Battleborn was just the unfortunate like. There was just a
I
series
quite
of
enjoyed
unfortunate
Battleborn.
events.
It's just the decisions made with it.
Stocked with spoils, munitions, core, you name it. We got into position, but something stayed my hand.
Devil Riders were gathered around a screaming fella, tattooing him.
The ink was sparkling with core. Soon the fella passed out from the pain. Devil Riders laughed. That's when we let loose. Rivers ran red that night, but they'd cleared by morning when we filled our canteens.
I think, talking about Gearbox, so I really hope that the THQ acquisition helps them make their games on PC a little bit more optimized. Just a tad.
For them to bring back fucking a full for how it was before they decided to go free to play.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, because like the biggest issue that Valve had back before it was free to play was just the fact that they were done with their marketing and tried to sell DLCs that were literally nearly as expensive as the fucking game.
Speaking of Turtle Rock Studios, though, the ones that are behind Evolve, I can't believe people are willing to trust them, like, with Back 4 Blood. I'm like, ooh, Back 4 Blood's gonna be really cool. I'm like, are we forgetting about how they butchered Evolve?
To find something a little more
Okay, one thing is that, yes, 100% I agree, and I'll never get into Back 4 Blood. But I can guarantee 90% of it, of the reason people are saying like, oh, it's gonna be good, is because it has the feel of Left 4 Dead.
Well,
That's it.
Back 4 Blood is being done by the original Left 4 Dead.
It was bound to be something highly flammable about.
Yeah.
Like for Left 4 Dead 1. That's why people are going on about it being like trusting it more, because it's a case of, again, what made Left 4 Dead great in the first place. That team is the one behind it.
Idea or a bad idea? Well, that was hard to say.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just like after being burnt by like so many different companies at this point, I just like once the company has done something like that, I start to expect the same thing, regardless if it's only once or not.
So here's also one thing, and I think this is definitely something of a good thing.
Anyone else?
AAA games are starting to become like, I wouldn't say irrelevant, but are becoming less.
Bathhouse Massacre, scent of lavender and blood.
What's the easiest way of saying it? Like,
figuring that's where the stone would be.
People are more cautious of AAA games than they were in the past, and I'm saying that's a really good thing, because with how everything,
maybe the vocal minority are, but the general audience, which makes up a large amount of the people who buy it first try, very clearly don't.
I mean,
look at football play. Look at like FIFA fans. They don't give a shit. Give us my wallet.
That's valid. But again, I think it's just the fact that, you know, that vocal minority is still being vocal about it. You know, it's not just like, oh, like I'm gonna be cautious about it. It's, you know, they're notifying people, and I think that's the one thing that's like kind of a good thing, is that, you know, people are being more vocal about it, because let's really look at it. Like, there's a ton of games that honestly should not have done as well as they have.
And there'll be half and half of that. Like, I guess it's nice that people are being a bit more vocal with if a game's actually worth it out, but at the same time, it's also just another platform for people to basically spread toxic games for no fucking reason.
Basically.
Because, yeah, because like, this can go both ways. I mean, look at fucking what happened in Cyberpunk in the end. Like, yeah, Cyberpunk was a glitchy mess, especially for PS4 users, but in the end, the biggest issue came from the fucking fans overhyping it as if it was the second coming of Christ. But in the end, it was just an alright game. That was just
funny. So, because we probably should have seen this coming, considering Witcher 3 launched in
that as well.
Not necessarily the same state, but in a very buggy state.
So for me, like going through it, I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Granted, it was like buggy as shit, and honestly, for me and just what I've enjoyed.
I still haven't played it. Which is funny because I technically own it because of my brother, but I'm hesitant to touch it because I don't know if this version has been fixed or not. Because the version I own is the PS4 version.
Yeah, I would not touch that.
So I don't know how much they fixed the PlayStation 4
They've been doing
version
a lot of updates.
They have been doing a lot on the updates.
Yeah, I know. I saw the most recent one, which is like 80k words in the patch notes, and I'm like, oh, this stuff.
But the one thing that I'm always like, because for me, I enjoyed it, but this is also the fact of.
Can you change the quest, please?
Oh, wait, why is it? There it is. Is it Dirty Deeds or? Yeah.
But it's Dirty Deeds.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, that's a new one. But back to what I was saying, and this is definitely something like. I'm 100% in the vocal minority, especially since I love Fallout 76. even when it was in its buggy dog shit mess. And like I can accept that it's in a doggy bug like, you know, a dog shit buggy mess when it first came out. But I still had like my enjoyment out of it. Of course I like, you know, there was a lot of criticism for it that I had, but it's still one of those games where it's like I'm not going to like it's not something that prevented me from playing it. It's just
I found your message in a bottle.
Oh,
You
hi.
said you needed rescuing.
Well, hot damn! It worked! Just like in the stories. Now, before I can smell the fresh air of freedom again, I need a big whiff of the sweetest scent there is. Revenge.
okay, that's aggressive.
Man who locked me up. Soapy Steve. He forced
But-
me to make all kinds of specialty soaps for him. About now.
What the fuck is going on? Okay, that was weird.
Over in the private bath. Find him for me, and I'll make it worth your trouble.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like it's still one of those things, and it's the same for Cyberpunk as well. Like I enjoyed it, I loved it. I'm not saying that like I kind of fell for the hype, but it was just the fact of, oh, this is a really good game. Even when you take the hype in like with a grain of salt, I still enjoyed it. Like for me, I wasn't really I was expecting a decent storyline, and I got a decent storyline. Because it was actually, you know, a lot of the stuff within it that was shown, like, oh, the death of Jackie was in, like, and not trying to spoil anything, was in a spot that I didn't expect it to be. I thought it was going to be somewhere else, but where it showed up, it was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going?
Before you continue, the biggest thing I have to say about this though is you need to pick up your fucking Batman, he keeps dying. But the biggest difference is the fact of, like, say, with, in my opinion, from Cyberpunk and 76 is the fact of how they are marketed for some things. For example, like Cyberpunk, they basically market it as just a case of literally, this is what the game's going to come out, and then people are like, and stuff like that. 76, my biggest issue with 76 is the fact of, like, what they try to market as it wasn't what came out in the end. Because they try to make it sound like as if what they get, even though there's any NPCs there to go and talk to, express and stuff like that, everywhere you go, it's actually do something, there's always something you can do, like that. Really, when you go and play the game, it ended up being a case of just walking simulator, you see someone every now and then, and that was basically it. And then like 1 or 2 monsters. It's like it didn't feel like what they were trying to go and sell the game as.
I don't remember them advertising NPCs in Fallout 76.
No, that's why I mentioned the fact that even though there weren't any, they made sure to mention that there weren't any NPCs. Because remember there was a whole controversy going on about like what you're supposed to do if you don't have people to talk to you, and that, and like how they mentioned the idea of you can still have like the story being told without like someone basically telling you to do it, which that they tried to do, but they did better with that with say Fallout 4 than 76. It just felt like it was just a massive mess at the end that just wasn't worth it.
Some of those products were the stuff of myths and legends. Oh, he's even got Gorgon's
That and as well as stupid marketing techniques as well, like paying $100 for a fucking private server.
Oh yeah.
You know what's something that I've started to get tired of as I like get older?
What?
Games that are too fucking long. I used to be able to play 40 to 50 hour games like no issue. Now I hear a game's like 30 hours and I'm just, I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
I think I'm kind of glad that I still haven't hit that moment.
I think what makes it difficult for me to play games like that is just I have an actual job that I work 40 hours a week. I don't have the time to do a 40-hour game, a 30-hour game. I'd much rather play a game that has a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time, such as like Overwatch, Borderlands, Destiny. Like, I can just play PvP, I can just get it done, I can just enjoy myself. Versus me committing to a game where it's like, I'm playing 3 hours every night for
I don't bathe, so
a month straight just to get halfway through it. Like, it's not enjoyable to me.
Yeah, but I feel like that comes down to the issue of just type of player they're trying to advertise and stuff like that. Like if you end up having a job like in your case, obviously you're not going to be able to go and go and take a leave and so much time investment and stuff like that. You know, say for those who don't have a job or those who are slightly younger, and obviously the most they have to worry about is doing homework and something like that. Like that's why they're really aiming more towards them to job things like that, because they know those kind of people have the time to invest.
Well, it's like most of the time, the reason why I don't want to play a 30 or 40-hour game is because like most of that time just comes from useless padding.
That's true. I think the one thing, and this is I think something that's really good about Cyberpunk, is that I've spent
like Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts franchise is guilty of this in every single game. Every single game has so much useless padding. It's like, oh, go to this new world. I'm like, okay, cool, Disney World. Yeah, we're just gonna have you participate in the story there and have no actual story progression for the organization or the darkness or whatever going on in the background. It's like, oh my god, this was literally 4 to 8 hours of just useless fucking padding.
So I think with Cyberpunk, there's very few points where you are forced to do unnecessary stuff, because everything that you do, like if you just follow the main storyline and just the storyline itself, you can get it's like everything is there. Like there's some things where it's like the side missions, and then there's some optional stuff that really doesn't do much for you. Like they're the gigs, they're the NCB hustle stuff. Those things are optional. Granted, they give you a lot of money and a lot of like XP,